This is your last year, and you've accomplished so much in your career. What's the one thing that you want fans to remember about you?
Hopefully that we won this year.
Sounds good, Captain. Thank you so much. 111 years ago, the New York Yankees played their first opening day game. Back then, the stadium was filled with anxious and excited fans. More than a century later, not much has changed. How excited were you just to play in this event with the Delta Open?
It's fun. Every time I'm a part of anything that Delta does, I'm always excited for it.
Gary Hamilton here with Mark Holtzman, who's the executive director of the Pinstripe Bowl. And Mark, I got to tell you, this has been a wonderful event.
It's been absolutely tremendous. Two wonderful universities that have a history going way back at Yankee Stadium.
You've had a successful career, have probably made a nice amount of money. Why go to Camden and give your time?
Because Camden needs it. They really need something like this to kind of just give them some type of light at the end of the tunnel.
Robinson Cano has been one of the best hitters in baseball ever since he came into the league, and is still proving that to be true. He recorded 2 straight games with at least 3 extra base hits on April 8th and April 9th, becoming the first major leaguer to do that since 2005. Now, for kids in the inner city who see somebody like you who've achieved greatness and continues to, what advice would you have for them?
This is a great sport to play. You know, I fell in love with this game as a kid, and if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Just call him Dr. Shaq. That's right, former NBA star Shaquille O'Neal now has a doctoral degree. There are lots of ways to stay in shape, and now, thanks to bikes in China similar to this one, you can keep your body charged as well as your appliances. If you were to ask if David Phelps is a starter or in the bullpen, the correct answer would be yes. He's created his own lane that's allowed him not to be defined by just one pitching position.
Here's Gary with more.
All right, thanks a lot, Derek. I'm here with Adam and Matthew, who just won a subscription to Yankees Magazine for an entire year. Here you go.
So right now I have 29 students going to the University of Virginia on my scholarship, so that's something I'm really proud of.
So it's not just about dunking a basketball or scoring a touchdown to get a scholarship from you?
No, actually that has nothing to do with it.
Obviously, you're a Pinstripe legend. There's a lot of things that you could be doing with your time. Why come out here and support today?
Well, he was important to me. I did it last year. This year we have the Wounded Warriors.
Now, obviously, this is Derek Jeter's last year. What are some things that you've learned from him during your short time here already?
You know, Jeter just, the way he carried himself, the way he, approached the game.
We talked with Curtis about the movie and all that Robinson had to go through just to play a sport that he loved.
It's a difficult time to think about. You only have footage and stories about how it is, and it doesn't necessarily depict what it was like every day.
How would you like a set of surface-to-air missiles on the roof of your home? Well, British security officials say it's a real possibility at this summer's Olympics in London.
Can't even get your jumps because you're looking out the window.
It's not for the weak of heart, or for journalists who thought this workout couldn't be that hard.
You're sharp in here talking about you want to do a workout and don't push through it. It's not an amusement park.
And while I admit I quit during the workout, which is Trey's biggest no-no, he's teaching them that defeat is a choice. Oh yeah, and the last thing.
You don't have to wear the small briefs, the really, really tiny ones. You don't have to wear those.
I'm glad that I know that now.
Oh yeah,
Gary Hamilton, Channel 1 News.
It means a lot to have the support of the fans.
It was a sunny spring day in the Bronx, and the weather couldn't have been more perfect for these Yankees fans who had been standing in line since the crack of dawn. The game against the Seattle Mariners didn't start for hours. Hi. So what brought them to the Cathedral so early?
Meeting the players, hopefully shaking Derek Jeter's hands, saying hi to Tanaka. I'm looking forward to this day. Beautiful weather. You can't ask for anything better.
Today was Photo Day presented by Canon, a chance for some Yankees faithfuls to meet and greet some of their favorite Pinstripe players.
My favorite Yankees is Jacoby Ellsbury.
Kobe Ellsbury, and you're named, you got the same name as him.
I like Tanaka, Sabathia.
And while lots of players were named, there was one who every single person here came to pay homage to in person. Most likely, the last time they'll get the chance.
Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter. Oh, I love all of them. It's Derek's last year, so obviously him.
Before the start of the season, the captain announced 2014 would be his final year, so fans came out to say thank you in person to one of the greatest to ever put on the pinstripes. Now, so many people are here to see you guys today. How does that make you feel?
We have the greatest fans. They come here and they support us year in and year out, so it's fun for us. I know we can't obviously talk to everyone or spend as much time with everyone like we'd like to because we have to get ready for a game, but it means a lot to have the support of the fans.
As fans fist bumped and took photos with players, some reminisced about their favorite Yankee memories.
One of my favorite moments was at the ALCS when Aaron Boone was coming out to bat and I was in the ladies' room and they were announcing his name, and I was fixing my lipstick and I dropped all my makeup and I scooped it up and ran down the steps and got into my seat and crack. It was amazing.
That might send the Yankees to the World Series. Boone, a hero in Game 7.
CC Sabathia, one of the most visibly intense players Major League Baseball has ever seen, said he can feel the energy of the crowd when he's up on the mound.
You know, that's what you play for. You know, the fans and come out every day and support. It feels good.
Brett Gardner said spending a little time with fans is the least they can do for those who give their all at every single game.
Brett, how much does it mean to you to see all these people out here?
It's fun, you know. We have the greatest fans in the world, and for them to come out early and us get a chance to interact with them a little bit before the game, I know it's something they really enjoy and look forward to.
Although the season has just begun and there's a long road ahead, it was fitting that the captain spent the most time with these fans, a symbolic thank you to those who've been as special to him as he's been to them. However, it's not the end for him yet. He still wants to leave fans with one lasting memory before he takes off his helmet for the final time. Now, this is your last year and you've accomplished so much in your career. What's the one thing that you want fans to remember about you?
Hopefully that we won this year.
Derek Jeter will go down not only as one of the greatest Yankees to ever play in the storied franchise, but one of the best in baseball history. Although the back of his jersey may read number 2, to these fans, he'll always be number 1.
I was numb, you know, I couldn't even cry. I couldn't even cry. I was just so numb and so happy that, you know, all the hard work has finally paid off.
The path to the majors can be exhausting and arduous. It's a journey with no guarantees that at times can be filled with despair and uncertainty. No one knows this more than the newest addition to the Yankees, Zealous Wheeler. After years of toiling in the minors, and at 27 years old, he finally reached his goal of playing a Major League Baseball game. 7 years in the minors is a long time, and a lot of times guys don't make it, not even because of talent, just because sometimes it seemed that like that goal will never be fulfilled.
Right.
Why didn't you give up?
You know, I was raised, man, you know, never give up. You know, you set a goal, you reach it. That's something I never, you know, thought of giving up. You know, one day I'm gonna make it, and I made it.
Zealous, whose zeal is evident in his smile, was called up by the Yankees on July 3rd to play a game in Minnesota against the Twins. So what was it like when you finally got that call that you had made it to the majors? Walk me through it.
I was playing a doubleheader in Buffalo. I was going to hit. My manager told me, hey, come here. We need to talk to you. You're going to Minnesota. And that was the best news I heard in a long time.
Pure joy or pure zeal?
I was numb, you know, I couldn't even cry. I couldn't even cry. I was just so numb and so happy that, you know, all the hard work has finally paid off.
Before joining the Yankees' big league roster, Wheeler was with its AAA affiliate, the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders.
And Wheeler swings and hits a fly ball to right center. Racing over Raw, the right fielder reaches out and he can't catch it.
He was hitting .299 with 20 doubles and 7 home runs in 66 games. So what's been the hardest adjustment in the majors so far?
You know, just the big league level. You know, playing in the minor leagues, you know, it's a lot different. You know, the travel is different, you know, the stadiums, the field, the clubhouse, etc. But, you know, overall, when it comes down, it's a game of baseball. It's all played the same.
Line drive. Oh, what a play by Wheeler.
An Alabama native, Wheeler was a 2004 high school all-state linebacker at Childersburg High. However, he pursued baseball at Wallace State, a junior college baseball powerhouse. He was college teammates with a few current major leaguers like Braves closer Craig Kimbrell, Derek Holland of the Texas Rangers, and Jake Elmore of the Oakland A's. While some of his friends, like Kimbrell, who was the 2010 NL Rookie of the Year and a 2011 NL All-Star, were able to take the express track to the majors, Wheeler had to go the local route. He was drafted by the Milwaukee Brewers in the 19th round in 2007. He spent 4 years in the minors with the Brewers and 2 with Baltimore before joining the Yankees farm system this year. In 2013, Wheeler split time between the Orioles' AA and AAA squads, batting .275 with 11 homers. Wheeler was at the plate more than 3,000 times in the minors without ever getting a shot at the big leagues. But he's here now.
And the pitch is grounded in the hole, a base hit to left field.
And he intends to make his unique name heard as he did in that very first Major League game. You homered in your first Major League game. Now, walk me through your process as you were in the on-deck circle.
You know, my first at bat, I think I had a 2-1 count and I fouled out. But my second at bat, I got ahead of 3-1 count.
3-1.
Laid a fastball in there and I picked good wood on it. It went out.
There it goes. See ya. First hit. It's a home run. It is a 4-2 Yankee lead. And that kid is not touching the dirt as he rounds the bases.
It's my first hit. I wanted to smile going around the bases, but I had to hold it in. Yeah.
Wheeler would go 2 for 4 with the home run and scored 2 runs in a win against the Twins. He became the 6th Yankee in the last 40 years to hit a home run as his first Major League hit, and the 8th Yankee ever to homer in his Major League debut. Well, what drives you more, the fear of going back to the minors or the enjoyment of being here in the majors?
I don't think nothing fears me. That's something you can't control about going back down. You got to focus on tasks at hand, and that's going out and perform the best you can every day, day in and day out. If I don't do it, somebody else will. So I have to come in and focus and do my job.
Wheeler is a versatile player, spending time at second, third, shortstop, and right field with Scranton Wilkes-Barre. And with the Yankees having him man third base, he's playing next to one of the most accomplished players baseball has ever seen. Although Wheeler had never stepped foot into the big leagues, he was watching, preparing, and learning from afar. Now, obviously, this is Derek Jeter's last year. What are some things that you've learned from him during your short time here already?
Jeter, just the way he carries himself, the way he, approach the game, routine, focus on everything at task. I saw him do that. I wanted to do that, be a leader also, and play baseball.
Wheeler has said there were times he wondered if he'd ever get a chance to play in the majors. But his perseverance kept him going, and he's become a symbol of inspiration, showing it's never too late to chase your dreams. If there's a young kid out there who's struggling making his varsity team, or maybe somebody in the minors right now who says, you know what, me going to the majors is never going to happen, what would you tell them?
Man, that's something you can't think of, but if you got that going on, you keep battling, and there's hope there, just keep working, and one day you're going to get that opportunity. And we take full advantage of it.
Backhanded by Wheeler. The long throw is in time. What a play by Wheeler.
What's been your favorite part about this experience?
I don't know. Today is my first day in Yankee Stadium, and it's pretty cool. And I think I like the clubhouse. It's pretty nice. I've been in New York before, but I've never been in the Yankee Stadium. But it's nice. Yeah.
Are the lights as bright in New York as everyone says it is?
Yeah. I'm a country boy, so I don't do too much with the city. Yeah.
While the Big Apple may be light years away from small-town Childersburg, this country boy better get used to the big city. With his work ethic, preparation, and perseverance, he could have a permanent spot in the majors. But then again, although it's taking him longer than expected, he never thought otherwise. Here at the Seven Deuce training facility, the key word is intense.
You know what? I don't have time to baby nobody through this workout.
There are push-ups
17
and yelling.
Let's go!
Weights and yelling.
We're doing good. Time!
Pushing sleds and, well, more yelling.
You can't even get your jumps because you're looking out the window.
It's not for the weak of heart or for journalists who thought this workout couldn't be that hard.
Don't show up in here talking about you want to do a workout and don't push through it. It's not an amusement park.
That big man with the big voice is Trey Thomas. Trey spent 13 seasons in the NFL, mostly with the Philadelphia Eagles, but his road to the pros wasn't covered in confetti.
I went to Florida State University, so being there, I had to wait my time, you know. So there were times where I had to sit the bench. I sat the bench for 4 years. You know, I just was inspired by mainly my parents that kept me focused and kept me going, especially when times were getting hard. Let's go, let's go, let's go. There you go.
Now he's inspiring young people from New Jersey. He's giving an 8-week NFL training program to Camden High football players for free. You've had a successful career, have probably made a nice amount of money. Why go to Camden and give your time?
Because Camden needs it. They really need something like this to kind of just give them some type of light at the end of the tunnel.
The lights Camden residents are used to seeing are the red and blue kind. Camden is one of the poorest cities in the country. 1 in 3 live below the poverty line. Almost 40% of students don't graduate, and Camden has one of the highest crime rates in the U.S. In 2010, Camden had almost 6 times as many violent crimes than the average U.S. city. This year has already seen at least 47 murders. So what are some of the things that you have to deal with growing up in Camden?
Just the violence is probably the worst. And if not the violence, then it's the drugs and the alcohol and the fighting, the gangs.
So a camp like this can kind of help students get away from that.
Yeah, it definitely can, because we're not, you know, around that negativity.
Trey is teaching them not only football skills, but life skills.
I think, first of all, your education is going to be extremely important because you're going to need that to even get to college. Always be on time, you know, especially being a professional athlete. You know, people don't really tolerate paying you millions of dollars and you can't even be on time.
So there's an accountability factor.
Yeah, there's definitely accountability.
What do you want to accomplish?
I want to graduate high school, college, and become a lawyer, go through law school.
And what are some of the things that Trey is teaching you to get you prepared for college?
Discipline.
And while I admit I quit during the workout, which is Trey's biggest no-no, he's teaching them that defeat is a choice.
The main thing that I learned from this camp is to never give up.
I definitely want to see them go on to college. I want to see them be successful. Everyone's not going to be an NFL athlete.
Gary Hamilton, Channel 1 News.